Hey, hey, Dils Victoria here. Hope all is well. It is Monday night Soulful Conversations. Just waiting for my guest Raye to come on. Having some technical difficulties with StreamYard. Ugh. So I'm just waiting for her to hop on so we can get this crack-a-lackin'. Let me see. Mhm. Anywho, hope all is well. Dils Victoria here. Monday night Soulful Conversations. It is Soulful Chats, Oracle card polls, and guided affirmations from my book, 365 Days of Affirmations for the Mind, Heart, Body, and Spirit. Every Monday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I only know Eastern Standard Time. I don't know whatever time y'all are at. So that is that. So before I begin, I am kind of like in a space because I just found out a friend of mine passed away. She was very young, so it's kind of like a shock to our community of networkers and entrepreneurs who truly, truly loved her. She was such a light to us all. And yay! Hi, Ray. Sorry, this freaking StreamYard is just ugh. I was just about to introduce you. Like I'm just waiting for my guest to come on. But I was talking about I just found out today one of my good friends in New York passed away today.
Oh,
Yeah, she was 49. I'm not really sure the details of what happened to her, but if she was such a light within our, hey Annabelle, in our community of networkers and entrepreneurs, and yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely a loss to our community. So definitely wanted to send out love and light to her family and friends who pretty much was, just near and dear. And thank you for everyone who's tuning in. Can you place in the chat where you're tuning in from? We appreciate you being here. My wonderful, wonderful guest, Sisterpreneur. Hey, Ashley. Thank you so much. My sisterpreneur, Raye Carr, who is an amazing hypnotherapist and inner peace coach. So I feel like this conversation needs to be about inner peace.
And a piece was that.
Right? So,
Oh
can
my
you
goodness.
Can you tell everyone who you are and what you do? Because I feel like you can explain it better than I can. I know I had a powerful 4 hour past life regression with this sister right here in March, and it changed my life. Hey, from Savannah. Okay, Annabelle from Savannah. It
Good.
changed my life in the most powerful way possible, and I'm just forever grateful for that experience. So thank you for that. But
Uh,
go ahead and tell everybody who you are.
Wonderful. Well, first, before we go there, I definitely want to extend love and light to the family of your friend, and also to you, um, and in any way help you to honor her and who she is, or yeah, who she is.
Who she
Remember.
is, exactly. The spirit.
Exactly. Always remembering that that spirit is still very much present with us. So definitely love and light to you and to the family, and just uh, uh,
Hi, Mr. Bear. Oh, look at Mr. Bear making a guest appearance.
indeed. But for, to introduce myself, my name is Raye Carr. I am currently in a space where I am embodying the inner peace coach title. Uh,
And I love it, sis. When I saw it on your Instagram, I was like, go on with your best self.
um, what I do, the way that I help, and my primary, the people that I work with are primarily professional women who are in a space of wanting to stay on their journey, right? Of healing, of achievement, of just living life the way that they inspire to live life.
Mhm.
And what I help them to do is to overcome some of those challenges that stop that, right? Things like
Mhm.
anxiety, grief, depression, those things. And I help people to overcome those things using a couple of tools that I've gathered along my journey. I am a spiritual life coach. I am a hypnotherapist, and and I'm also an inner peace coach, because what it is I believe that we are all seeking is the opportunity to experience life from a place of peace and calm, from confidence, and that's been my journey. And I love helping women to achieve that and to see that within themselves. Like you said earlier, I do past life regression because I'm also a QHHT past life regression hypnotherapist, and QHHT means quantum healing hypnotherapy technique, where we use past life memories, past life regression, having that opportunity to see ourselves in that past life, to really understand and heal some of the things that are going on in this life's experience. So, in a nutshell, that's what I do.
It's
um,
crazy because last week the guest that I had, she was doing quantum healing energy work as well.
Excellent. Good stuff. Good stuff. And you see, as we're connecting today on the internet, we're having our little technical difficulties. I always say I'm in the right place, because that's what always happens in our session. That's what happens. Um,
Yeah, it's okay. I it's just one of those things, you know what I mean? So I completely understand. I get it. So I'm so excited to jump into the conversation, the soulful conversation for Monday night. And it is definitely about inner peace, but also being conscious and aware of the self.
mhm.
So
Big one of those things, being conscious and aware of the self. I think we walk around thinking that we're conscious of who it is that we are, and we think we know what's going on within our mind space. But the truth is, while we're thinking, we're not observing what's going on in the mind space.
Mhm.
And
So
that's
when you say about like observing, like what do you mean by when we're thinking but we're not observing? Because I may be guilty of that too, where I'm just thinking and not observing, or observing and not thinking.
for example, I'll give myself as an example, right? There's been times where I'm going to say the lower aspect of myself, right? The human aspect of myself, the part of myself that's been affected by various things, is now reacting to an external stimulus, right? Somebody made me mad, or somebody cut me off. And I react to it, but there's a separate aspect of myself that sees myself reacting to it, and almost on that back end of my mind says, what are you doing? Or right, really. So there's an observer, there's a part of us that really sees and knows what's going on, and then there's a reactive part of us that's really just trying in that moment to solve whatever is going on. And there's a
Mhm.
difference in that. There's a difference in the observer, because the observer is even much more removed, right? The observer is seeing this happen, but the observer is usually our highest self that is seeing this happen. Um, the second part of that is, in that observation, what do we do? What have we trained of that part of ourselves to do? Because some of us have trained that part of ourselves to really talk negatively, and to really, yeah, really admonish that part of ourselves in a negative way. And when that pops up, right, that there's also, when that pops up, that doesn't necessarily do the best. Um, doesn't necessarily do the best for us or even that situation. So there's the aspect of observing, and there's the aspect of trying to figure things out. And
Mhm.
yeah, so that's kind of what I mean when we're thinking about something as opposed to observing. Uh, A lot of times when we're thinking about something, we're trying to figure out what's wrong, right? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And in the observer seat, right, the idea is nothing is wrong, right? We are just looking and we're just seeing and we're just being and we're just in that space of yeah, we're in that space of being. So the observer says, well, nothing is wrong. And from that space, we get so much more clarity. We get an idea that whatever that this aspect or that lower self is seeing or considering is wrong, our higher self is saying no, just watch, wait, see how this plays out. And yeah, so being able to be in that space where you know you're the observer, and also know when you are in that thinking space of just trying to figure things out, it makes a big
Mhm.
difference.
And also to add to it, uh, being able to like surrender the control of what that is.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes we want to be in control of everything and we're not. There are moments in time where we can't even control shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? So,
Indeed, indeed. We when we okay, so we have an idea of what it is that we desire in this life. Um, for the person who is not aware of all of themselves, right? Aware
mhm,
of, the fact that divinity lives within them. They're only aware of their human self, right?
mhm,
That person has an idea of what they want life to be. And a
mhm,
lot of times it's rooted in negative, right? I don't want to be broke. I don't want to live here. I don't want to do that, right?
mhm,
And what I remind people is that the mind, there's no concept, there's not a thing for what I don't want, right? That aspect of it. The mind sees and communicates in images. So when we say, I don't want something, the mind just sees the thing that we don't want, and we
mhm,
continue to do that thing, be that thing, and have that thing in our
mhm,
experience. For the person that is enlightened to all of themselves knows that within their mind space is where their divinity resides, right?
mhm,
So when we put in our mind space what it is that we do want, right? What happens is now broadcasted out into the universe. And then the universe starts to part away for um part away for these things to happen. Right. So I'm going a little bit of a roundabout way of letting you know how it is that you create things, right?
mhm,
So when we put out into the universe what it is that we desire in that big
mhm,
picture, it becomes a thing, whether we do it in a negative way or whether we do it in a positive way, right? Whether we say what we don't want or whether we say what we do want, that
mhm.
image goes into the mind. And I believe that's when we lose all control.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like you have the conscious mind and then you have the subconscious mind, and both of them are battling each other where they're not like this, they're not like this. So you're constantly devil and angel on the fucking shoulder type shit where it's just like, no, I'm gonna do it. No, I want to do it, but I do want to do it, and I don't want to do it. And this is constant. It's like that back and forth banter and conversation within the mind, and then you can't even think straight. You can't process anything. You really don't. You can't hear yourself.
Indeed. And in that space, when we're, like you said, there's so many things that we don't have control over, right?
Mhm,
That when we find that control over we find that awareness first of our
mhm,
own thoughts, our own emotions, our own actions,
mhm,
right? When we are aware of them, then we can control those things. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times we lose control of those things trying to control other things that
Mm-hmm.
we never had the ability to control in the first place. Anything
Exactly.
outside of this space, we don't have the ability to control. Even in in the aspect of once we put it here in the mind space, and now it becomes a part of the universal mind. At that
Mm-hmm.
point, we've lost control of that as well, because that is
Exactly.
going to become the thing that it's going to become. Um, Regardless of how it is that we move forward. Every thought becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Every single thought. And
And it
that's
goes
why
back to that saying about what you think you attract, you know?
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Thank you for all those people that's tuning in. Where you tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. Put where you tuning in from. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. We got 7 people watching. So y'all 7 people, stop doing this and just let us know where you from. We appreciate that. Because sometimes you remember I was a little emoji on Facebook before. There was a pink haired girl and she's behind the wall and she like this. Hey Erica, how you doing? Erica from Valdosta, Georgia. Appreciate you being here. Some people are like this. But you're right. Absolutely right. So where do you feel like we can apply inner peace into our lives on a daily basis? I remember one time I was watching Oprah Winfrey and she was interviewing Deepak Chopra, and she
Mhm,
asked him, "How are you always so calm?" Hey, Jersey, what's up, Jersey in the house? Hi, Dea Viola. And he said that he's always in a meditative state.
mhm,
He's constantly in a meditative, like he disciplines himself so much, so powerfully to always be in a meditative state where nothing shakes him, nothing disrupts his energy, none of those things. So,
mhm.
how does one actually stay disciplined and focused within inner peace?
Definite. I believe it's a practice, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
day to day, moment to moment practice, and that sounds overwhelming, but
Mm-hmm. Hey, Glover Bullock from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for joining.
but really what it is the ability to tune into yourself,
Mm-hmm.
is the ability to move inwards as opposed to outwards. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
one of my major pet peeves, even living in 2024, is technology,
You
right?
got pet peeves, right? You? No. I understand that, girl. I always say, and you and I have this conversation all the time. If we didn't have businesses, we would be like, fuck social media and we'd be in the grid somewhere.
Be in the woods somewhere, be
Just
at the
like
beach
this. Nam
somewhere,
yo
just chilling,
rengekyo.
right? Um, but one simple way to start bringing inner peace is to
Mm-hmm.
disconnect for a moment. It doesn't have to be,
Mm.
the huge disconnect, but an intentional disconnect, right?
Yes, it's being that intentional disconnect. You're so right about that.
It's the intentional disconnect, whether it's, the space and time during your day, like from this hour to this hour, my phone is off. The
Mm.
idea that there's a space in the day that's just dedicated to your own energy. I tell people,
Mm-hmm.
when you grab that phone and you scroll, right? Within the span of maybe like 15 seconds, and you've seen like 300 of your closest friends, right? As
Mm-hmm.
you scroll through, you see a happy birthday, right? So that's one energy that you participate in. So it's happy
Mm-hmm.
birthday, and then you see somebody has passed.
Happy
So
anniversary. Sincere condolences.
right?
Congratulations.
Exact. So we engage in this roller coaster of energetic exchange, whether we acknowledge it or not. And that
Mm-hmm.
energetic exchange is a disruption to your own energy. right?
Yes.
So there's the opportunity to intentionally disconnect. Uh,
Yeah.
and then when you disconnect, turn inwards, right?
But
I
so
say,
many people have a hard time turning inwards. A lot of people are so afraid of discovering what they're going to find within the self, and without having to realize it's such an amazing gift when you are doing self inventory or introspection or finding out. Because I had a conversation today with a good friend of mine, and
mhm,
she was saying that a lot of people oftentimes don't give themselves the opportunity to really go within themselves.
mhm,
And it's true, because I know sometimes when I was on my healing journey, I was a runner, like a track star, like woohoo, we just don't want to do it. We don't want to deal with it. And then I was forced to face the self. I was forced to sit my ass down and say, you know what? I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of wearing a mask. It's time to take that shit off. And that's one of the
indeed.
hardest things that we have to do, is just like remove it. And it could be like 500 of them bad boys that you have to take off at a time.
Mhm, absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing I say is that you've been with yourself all this time, right?
Child.
And it doesn't have to start with a deep dive therapy session into your past, into the negative things that life has done, that life has brought you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can start as light as discovering why it is and how it is you love, right? It can start as light as why do you delight in certain things? Why are certain things joyful to you?
Mm-hmm.
And um, and also people forget that connecting with nature is also connecting with self,
I had
right?
that conversation today too.
Put your feet
Get out my life, Ray. Don't be
right.
all up in my conversations. But it's true. I'm a firm believer in it. Like, I love grounding. I love putting my feet in the grass. Being able to connect with nature in that way, because it's a different element, it's a different experience altogether. The amount of downloads and messages you receive from the creator, from Mother Nature, when you just have your feet in the grass and you're just sitting still, is so fucking powerful. It's insane.
Yes, one of the things that I've been struggling with is because I feel so physically apart from all the people that I love. I'm no longer in Savannah, so my daughter is
I
that
know
way.
we don't even want to listen to you right now, because she used to be in Savannah and the chick just went elsewhere. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, but at least I came back. But it's okay. We're not talking about that right now.
Well, I'm not anywhere in particular, right? I'm all
Mhm.
over. So,
Yes,
so one of the things that I've been struggling with is the idea, the thought of loneliness.
I
And,
understand that.
one of the things that really supports me, where I know that the universe supports me in this, is that I go out on a regular basis. Part of my gratitude practice is going out and just touching the trees and just saying, I appreciate you, I thank you, right?
That's beautiful.
There's something about connecting, like my kitty cat, Mr.
Mr.
Bear,
Bear.
right? It's something about connecting with beings and aspects of this universe
Hmm.
that, for example, a tree, it don't really have a choice but to connect with you, right? But then you
Hmm.
realize the welcome in that, right? You realize
Hmm.
the true connection in that, right?
Hmm.
Whereas the human that has been hurt, or has seen some negative things, says, "Oh, I don't want to connect with you," really forgetting that we're one, right? We're all one. We are,
Ugh.
the fact that
Why? Why, Ray? Why? You just made me stop shuffling my deck just now. But you're right. We are all one, because we bleed the same, we think the same, we feel the same,
Mhm.
we all of the things, and I get that.
Yeah, and I truly believe that everything on this universe, everything that we experience is God and is of God, right? Regardless of what, how it is that you package that
Hmm.
within your own experience. I truly believe that everything is of God and is God. So
Yeah,
when we
we are, and
experience
God is within us.
exactly. So when I experience you and I experience the trees and I experience the grass and I experience the universe, I get an opportunity in every experience to experience what is, which is God, right?
Yeah.
So when we get to that place and we're like looking, like I said, in a space of loneliness and we're looking to connect with each other, we forget that me connecting with you and you connecting with me is, in a sense, us connecting with ourselves in the sense of
Hmm.
God connecting with God, right? Goddess connecting with Goddess, right?
Yes,
And
exactly.
there's that
Yeah,
disconnect. Realize
yeah.
that, hey, in nature there is not
No
that
disconnect.
disconnect,
No, it's fully,
right?
it's just being immersed in the trees and the grass and everything else, of the sky, the birds, and so on and so forth. So it's just all beautiful, authentic, real, pure, sacred energy all in itself.
We used to think that when we go and we say we're grounding, that we're doing something. We're putting our foot into the ground, or we're doing something. When in all actuality, just the composition of the earth, what the earth does is take that energy from us. We don't do anything in that. We put our feet in the ground, and what the universe does or what the earth does is pull the energy from our body into the ground and
Hmm.
simultaneously um, transfers the energy from the earth into our body, right? So
Yeah.
we
Hmm.
there used to be this thought that we're doing something when we go grounding, but what is really happening is that we're being grounded, right? The
Yeah.
universe takes over and makes that connection for us,
Yeah.
So yeah, in that space and in that space of grounding, we get an opportunity to see ourselves in a different light, to really
Absolutely.
of us and really acknowledge, like you said, be in that space of self reflection and
Hmm.
connect with who it is that we truly are, turning inward, because
Hmm.
so many of everything else is really designed towards disconnecting us or distracting us
Yes.
from
Disrupting as well.
exactly.
Disrupting the mind, heart, body, and spirit, and disrupting how we are doing our best to powerfully connect with higher power, higher self, most high creator, whomever it is that you speak to in spiritual land, so many names. And at the same time, I know when I'm grounding and I put my feet in the grass, I'm asking to transmute any negative energies or attachments or contracts or anything of that nature that is no longer serving me, not only with people, but within myself,
Indeed.
to just transfer that into golden light and allow it to just circulate all around me, the being, the person, and not only having my feet in the grass, but being able to release anything that's not belonging to me no more. And when I'm done with it, I feel the lightest that I ever could feel,
Yeah.
because
Most,
I'm allowing this experience to take place and to happen, as opposed to like controlling it. The more that we control it, we will not feel the lightness. We're not going to hear or experience the messages that we're supposed to be receiving.
indeed. Indeed. We tend to, try to control that aspect, that
Mm-hmm.
connected, whereas it's more of a surrender, right?
Yep.
It's the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
It is
complete
definitely this surrendering. So when did you surrender to yourself, or surrender to your higher being, or surrender to the fact that the work that you're doing, having a servant's heart in doing, God's work, so to speak. What was that like for you?
So I wish I could say, it was a day, it was a cold, all hot. I wish I could say it was
You
a
was at the coffee
day.
shop having some tea. You just had that inclination and
My stubborn ass. It's
you're
been.
stubborn and girl, talk about it because I should have a shirt that says I am so motherfucking stubborn. Try me, because yeah, I get it.
So I wish I could say, but what it has been and what I had to be at peace with as lately as this last summer, what I had to be at peace with is that this is my journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it has been a journey of learning to trust myself, right? Learning to trust my own abilities, learning to listen to myself, learning to
Mm-hmm.
love on myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a gradual journey of as I learn something new, I have a new experience because I've had several experiences in this life that has
Mm-hmm.
had me running, crying, praying on my knees, cussing, fighting, biting, yelling,
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
Kicking and screaming a mile a minute. I get it.
Right. But this past summer, one of the things that happened is that, like I said, I'm far away from all of the people that I love, in distance, and
Mm-hmm.
um,
I am too.
right. And I got to that place, and just gradually chipped away at piece of myself, where I got to that place of like, oh my gosh, what am I working for? What am I doing?
Yeah.
What's the
Mm-hmm.
point in helping all of these clients if, fill in the blank, right? What is
Yeah, it's
the
like a
point
what the fuck moment. Like, what is this? And why am I doing this shit for? And how come? And then you
in
come to a point where you're like, oh, okay, this is the
this is
reason
it,
why.
right?
Because I have those moments too where I just want to throw my hands up, like, I don't want to help these people. What the fuck? And then there's other times like, bitch, you know what you need to be doing. Shut up. And that's the thing. And I think with when you have a servant's heart in your person who is a healer, alchemist, Reiki, Oracle card reader, whatever it is that you do when it comes to serving from the core of who you are, from your spirit,
Hmm.
and having those moments of being so fucking tired because you feel like what you're doing isn't working or the post ain't posting and the social media ain't social media and whatever the case may be, you get discouraged. You're like, what am I doing this for?
And
And
then
then 15 minutes later, here comes a client. Hi, I need your help. You're like, oh, that's what it is. That's what it's about. You know?
a beautiful, I think what a beautiful, and I call it just a love letter from the universe to me, is that whatever it is that I'm typically going through, or whatever energy that's nagging at me, I get a client that's like the exact same issue, right? I get a
It's a
client and
mirror. It's the mirror.
and it's like automatic. It's like automatic, and when that client is in front of me and we work through this, whatever it is, and we get to the other side, I'm that much better because of the experience that I've had with my client. Uh, I'm that much, more in tune and more in touch with my own whatever. And um, so when I'm in that space, it's usually because I'm like, oh my goodness, where are my clients at? Where are my people?
Yes.
It's
And you're
like, where
doing
are
all the things and you're promoting and you're da 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 da. And
my
it comes in the time where you're sitting still.
Mhm.
And when you're reflecting or when you are in a space of like, let me just do more deep introspection, that's when it's like ding, and you're like, who the hell's that?
Exactly. And sitting still is not, it's not the literal sitting still.
Mm-hmm.
It's the letting your mind sit still on one particular thing. And
Mm-hmm.
that one particular thing being your true desires and your true one. I've been someone that's guilty of creating big goals because
Mm-hmm.
it's what I think people think I'm supposed to be doing, if that makes
Yes.
sense.
No, that makes perfect sense, girl. I get it. You should be doing this. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I have to sit with myself. Do I really want to do that shit right now? No, I don't. So no, I'm not going to do it. So I understand, but it's like so many people want so many different things. Like for me, for instance, I have my Oracle deck. And
Mm,
one person was like, you should do the zodiac and da 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 da. And then you need to do this and you should do that. And I'm just sitting there like, my ass is tired just listening to you talk about it. But you want me to do it? Like,
to do it.
speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. So I need permission from everyone here. If you need me to pull a card for you, say yes. Do I have your permission, Ray, to pull a card?
Yes, yes.
Alrighty. So I'm calling on the real, the true, the pure, the sacred, powerful Mama Isis to come forth and give me the message through the deck that I'm supposed to give to everyone who would like for me to pull a card. And I'm going to start with Goddess Ray. Bless her, give her the message that she is seeking and looking for. Okay. So, Ray, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are not alone in your suffering. She
Mm,
wants you to know that you don't need to suffer in silence anymore because she will fill you up with unconditional love and compassion. She wants you to feel her embrace and her motherly love and nurturing in your time of need.
yes. I accept that. Oh my
You
goodness,
receive it?
I receive that.
All right, Glover Bullock, you are next. Let's see, what is the message for Glover Bullock? Thank you so much, Mama Isis. What is it that you want Glover Bullock to know? So, Glover Bullock, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are divinely guided and protected by her. She loves you unconditionally with every fiber of her being. She will never judge or make you feel less than. Know that she is truly your mother who has the capacity to love you through your pain and your joy. So, whatever that message is to you. Ashley, yes, please, Anna. Okay, Annabelle. Annabelle first and then Ashley. So, Annabelle, what is the message for Annabelle? Thank you, Mama Isis. We appreciate you and your presence. So, Annabelle, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are seen, heard, and validated by her. She wants you to practice validating yourself because it's the only approval you will ever need. She empowers you to give yourself permission to be seen, heard, and validated within yourself.
Yeah.
Seen, heard, and validated within yourself. Ashley, Ashley Edwards. Okay, let's see what Mama Isis, what message she has for you. Ashley, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you have nothing to prove to anyone. You don't have to give excuses, explanations, or apologies to anyone about who you are. She wants to empower you to lean on your own validation and understanding instead of others. So lean
Beautiful.
on your own understanding and learn. Okay, cool. Learn here. Lean on your own understanding, girl. Whatever that looks like to you. Because it looks different for everybody. So yeah. So when it comes to inner peace,
Mhm.
Goddess Ray, what is the one thing that you can offer to help everyone to get to a point of inner peace that they can practice?
Oh, most definitely. I believe that the number one tool is meditation. Uh, the
Mm.
number one tool to finding inner peace is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are people who hear meditation and say, "Oh, there she go with a meditation." She said meditation, right?
Hey, Alexis. Hey, Fran. What's going on, Alexis? Meditation. Yeah,
For that person, I would say
thank you.
to
Mm-hmm.
them to seek out not just the typical sit still and let you and quiet your mind meditation. There's various types of meditation and there's meditation that will resonate with you. I am
Mm-hmm.
not a sit still person. I
Child, you better say something. Alexis says she struggles with meditation. Alexis, would you like me to pull a card for you for my goddess Isis deck? Let me know. Say yes or no. You see, but and I explain that to people all the time. Like my form of meditation is not sitting still. Like my form of meditation is listening to some music, going
Mhm.
to the park, taking a walk. Like you gotta do stuff that has you very much in tune with the self where meditation is concerned. To me, that's how I feel about it. I don't know about you. So what is your level of meditation?
Likewise. So one of the things that I love to do, like I said, I go and I connect with nature. That is a form of meditation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do at times, and not like a monk. I don't sit there for hours on end to meditate,
Mm-mm.
right? I do different types of meditation. I've learned 6 phase meditation, right, which is a way of meditating for the person that is busy, right? So what I
Mm-hmm.
do is that I meditate Monday through Friday. I mean um, Monday through Sunday. You get an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to allow your meditation practice to grow. So one
Mm-hmm.
day we'll start with gratitude and just allow
Mm.
that feeling or that sense or the thought, right? First, the thought of gratitude, right? Then the feeling of gratitude, allow that to really fill your experience. Because when you think
Mm-hmm.
about something that you are truly grateful for, you allow your body to feel, right? And
Mm.
then express, right?
Yes.
So I say think, feel, and then do. So
Mm-hmm.
if today my focus is gratitude, I think about gratitude, meaning I think about what I'm grateful for, who I'm grateful for, when I'm grateful for. And because I'm thinking about those, meaning putting those images in my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put those images, I allow myself to feel it. That means I have to stop for a second. I just can't say, my daughter, and move on, right? And I have to see her in my mind. And then I have to, ruminate on her for a moment. Oh, I see her pretty face. I see, I hear her voice, right? So I take that moment in gratitude, regardless of whatever it is. I allow myself to feel it and then I express it. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
grateful for. And in that, in those 5 to 10 minutes, I've taken a moment to stop and turn inward on a
Mm-hmm.
positive level and allow my mind to just focus on one thing and allow
Right.
that moment to just be a peaceful moment of engaging with my mind and creating a better a mental attitude. Um, and within 10 minutes, you've taken the opportunity to meditate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so definitely going into nature, definitely sitting still and having particular topics that I think about on a regular basis and allowing myself to feel it and then express it. And then the third is dance. I love to dance. I'm in the gym. I'm dancing. I probably do more dancing
Wow.
than working out.
Child, I was dancing in the kitchen earlier today when I was making my sandwich, listening to some freaking compa and just be like, okay, bitch.
Exactly. And
Exactly.
there's this spiritual connection that happens between the mind, the body, sound, what we hear. I say dancing is the way that I express, in every aspect. When I'm dancing, I feel it everywhere.
Exactly.
Feel it in my emotions. I feel it in my body. I feel it in my mind. I can't think of nothing crazy when I'm dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't think about no problems
Exactly.
when I'm
Exactly.
shaking my behind, okay?
Yes, exactly, for sure. And I feel the same way too. And that is definitely my form of meditation as well. Listening to music when I'm creating my bracelets and waist beads, I'm listening
Mm,
to music because for me, it is definitely a form of meditation. It's therapeutic where I'm just focusing on one specific thing. And that's why I don't buy manufactured waist beads. I string waist beads one string at a time because
Mm,
it's meditative to me and it's therapeutic for me and it's high frequency vibration and I'm listening to uplifting music to have that vibration run through my body. So when you receive the bracelets or the waist beads, it is full of high frequency and vibration already as it is. So when you wear it, it's not just an accessory, but it's a personal transformation tool. It is strength, it's resilience, it's determination, it's power. It's all of those things that I encompass within myself that I'm sharing with you. I'm
in-
sharing my energy with you.
Indeed. And likewise for the person who has a creative gift, the person
Mm-hmm.
who draws, or the person who paints, or the person who writes. And I'm a writer of poetry, so I love to do that as part of
Mm-hmm.
my process. I love to
Mm-hmm.
paint. I love to draw, right? Because when you are in that creative space, the people say in the zone, right? You're in that
Mm-hmm.
creative
You
zone,
in that
whether
your zone of genius.
whether it be sports, whatever it is, what you are really doing is going into the subconscious and
Mm-hmm.
accessing resources. And that's what meditation is. Moving out of the conscious, the things that you're seeing, feeling, hearing, and going deeper, right? Going deeper into the subconscious to pull from the subconscious what is now desired, what is greater, what is better, what is more, because the subconscious has an infinite supply. Remember, when we
Mm-hmm.
put something from the conscious into the subconscious, we put it into the universal mind. And the universal mind has an infinite supply of everything. Anything and everything is there.
Everything. Everything.
Exactly.
So
And
Alexis wanted me to do a quick card pull. So her card is Goddess Isis wants you to know that you will never be alone when she is present in your life. You will never feel like you don't belong when she is present in your life. You will never feel abandoned or mistreated by her because she loves you unconditionally. You will always be perfect to her no matter how many times you fall or fail in life.
beautiful,
She gonna be
beautiful.
like, get out of my head, Goddess Isis, because that card is for her and then some.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But
Yeah.
that's just awesome. But for
Um,
me, like when I experienced you, Ray, you've always been very chill, very zen, very peaceful. My nervous system has always been at peace being around you.
oh, excellent. I'm so
It's,
grateful for that.
yes, like I'm in a space now where I pay attention to my nervous system. If I'm
Hmm.
around a person that does not um, disrupt my nervous system, I know I'm good. If I know around someone that's disrupting my nervous system, gotta go. Can't stay.
And look at that, how just that awareness of your inner self, how
Mm-hmm.
that is helpful, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
in that space. I know I have been that person in my life where I'm around someone and all sorts of freaking shit is popping off,
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, and I'm like, what's that about? I don't know. I'm having a good time.
Exactly.
What's that about? And my blood
Exactly.
pressure is high, and
Girl,
all sorts of things are going on, and
that
I'm
part.
just unaware, just having a good old time, but being in a space where you're able to say, my nervous something is off,
Mm-hmm.
anything is off,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, okay, I know where this is coming from. I'm going to honor myself, honor that feeling, big or small, honor
Yeah.
what that is, right? And allow yourself to remove yourself from that space, because it may not be something that is terribly dangerous to you within the moment, but every
Mm-hmm.
time that your nervous system is disturbed, right? It's creating um, that memory, and deeper ingraining that anxious feeling, deeper ingraining those negative thoughts. That cycle becomes even more deeper rooted within the mind, and so every aspect. I used to be that person that's like, oh, you got to stay away from people who who affect your nervous system in a negative way. And I'll be that person like, what do you mean? That person needs love.
Exactly. But in the meantime, between time, fucking up your own goddamn self trying to figure it out. And I'm just like, nah, son, we good over here. Leave me alone.
Like, all you need is a hug.
Yeah, let me just give
Somebody
them more
calm like,
love. Let me show them compassion and grace and mercy. And then you're sitting here like,
yes, and at the end you tweaking because you
yes, you
you've been so
tweaking.
affected, and at some point, and I'm the type of person that finally it reaches a crescendo, and then it just pops over, and it affects my body in a negative way. Yeah,
Yes. And
it.
then it turns into diseases because you're responsible for yourself and who you're around, because you don't want to develop those diseases within yourself, because you don't want to um, hurt a person's feelings or say, well, my nervous system is being affected by you, but I'm going to go overhead and sacrifice my nervous system because I want you in my space.
Exactly, and which is as you say it, we know it to be true. I'll put myself at dis-ease to be at
Hmm.
ease with other people. It makes no
Yes,
sense.
fucking sense. And then when you in the hospital and these same people ain't even trying to see you in the goddamn hospital because they doing their own thing, because life is life and then people are people. And that happened to me in 2011 when I had almost a near-death experience, because I had this whole modeling company agency with 500,000 models, and I'm doing photo shoots and I'm making sure that the girls were good, empowering them because they had body image issues and all that shit there, wasn't taking
Mhm.
care of me. So I was on a deathbed going, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I didn't, because I didn't give to myself. I was pouring into everybody in all ways possible. And then
Yeah,
God was like, I'm going to sit your ass down
yeah.
because you ain't listening. And so it didn't finish after that. They took the fibroids out, they sewed me up. And then 2.5 weeks later, my ex-husband finds me on the floor because guess what? The gallbladder was damaged upon repair. So I had to go into surgery number two, healing from fucking surgery number one.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh no, you didn't get the message the first time when your ass almost died. So we're gonna put this on you too. So that you can learn, and listen, 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 Linda, listen.
Oh my
So,
goodness. I
but
know a
what I
lot.
want to, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
go
I was
ahead.
saying a lot of inner peace came from me when I was able to be aware that those are moments to be grateful for as well.
Hmm.
Those sit your butt down moments.
Yes, for sure. Sit
But
your
yeah,
ass all the way down.
sit all the way down, and uh, allow the healing to happen, and allow
Hmm.
the transformation to occur. So yeah.
Yes. Alexa says, Ray, that your voice and energy is like a warm hug.
Oh, well, I'm hugging you. I appreciate that. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
So taught me to succumb and honor my intuition. Absolutely. Because you was just like, nah, I don't want to. I'm like, bitch, honor your intuition. Like I will go over there and kick your ass. Alexis knows. So what I
Mhm.
want to do is I want to give an affirmation to everybody. So I'll start with you, Ray. And I always ask to take a deep breath and close your eyes. And the first number that pops in your mind is the number that I'm going of the guided affirmation from my book. So everyone close their eyes and take a deep breath. And let me know what number pops up for you. So I'll start with Ray. Everyone else, just put your number in the chat. So what's your number, Ray?
6.
6. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. That popped up as you were even talking before.
It says, Day 6, I wholeheartedly honor myself by releasing what no longer serves me in order to make space for abundance and prosperity.
Yeah. I
That's
received that.
Auntie
Yeah.
Rizzy. What's up, Auntie Rizzy? You joining the party, boo? So Auntie Rizzy, Your number at day 33 is I fearlessly and powerfully accept the spiritual evolution taking place in my life. I surrender to releasing the old me so that I can transform into the new me.
Mm,
Ain't that deep? That shit is so deep.
that is.
Yours, yeah, but yours too, Ray. I wholeheartedly honor myself by releasing what no longer serves me in order to make space and abundance for prosperity and abundance. What does that mean to you, Ray, when you hear
Um,
that?
for one, I am, as you know, I just came off of a hiatus of, taking the summer off and, being to myself. And I love being with me. So it's been a, it's been a time, right?
Spend a time.
But some of, well, that space that I've been in, letting go of, some of the negative thoughts that I've had around, I would say definitely social media. I
Mm-hmm.
told myself that I wasn't going to come back to social media until I had something to share and I had something to give. And the negative thought was that I didn't have something to share. I didn't have something to give before that, right?
And you wholeheartedly do. Wholeheartedly do.
Um, the next thing is certain thoughts around loneliness. I endeavor, over, over this time, I took time to travel. I've been all over the place, taking the past
Mm-hmm.
4 months to travel and go different places. And the universe has shown me that that is such a lie. Uh,
Wow.
that is such a lie, that loneliness is such a lie,
It is, yeah. I get that.
even,
And there's
even
also a difference between
being
being
alone.
alone and loneliness.
Mhm. Indeed. And even the idea of being alone is such a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Even in that space of like, oh, I'm by myself. I love being by myself. That's never the issue. There's so much
Same.
food happening in this house that don't make no sense. I'm glad I'm by myself. Nobody needs to see
Mm-hmm.
half of the stuff, right?
Too funny. I'm gonna get to y'all's numbers in a minute. That is so
um,
funny.
but there's this aspect of, oh, this doesn't happen to anybody else, or nobody else has as hard as me. And then intentionally putting yourself out there to meet people and to listen to their story and to approach with an open heart in the idea of, I'm not alone, you're not alone,
Right.
we together, right? Has told me how much of a lie that is. So for me, that means, truly letting go of some things that have been holding me back from truly showing to them
Mm-hmm.
exactly who it is that I am and what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel my purpose is here to do, which is to really, I think it's, I can't remember who the name, but like she said, just to be out here giving warm hugs, right? And
Oh,
whether it's
Alexis, yeah.
yes, whether it's through my voice or whether through my service, whether
Yeah.
through an actual hug, that is my purpose, to be in that space.
My
Um,
purpose is to be a whole motherfucking experience and just speaking life into people. That is the purpose.
Look at you doing that.
Well, let me get to these affirmations. Okay, Glover Bullock, your affirmation, day 91 says, I no longer allow anger to take away my joy and peace. I give myself permission to hold a 5-second pity party and honor my anger. Then I
Mm,
return to my peaceful center of being. So
see?
that was for Glover Bullock. Annabelle, 127, day 127 says, I do not complain about my circumstances because there are others who have it way worse than I do. I remain in a mindset of gratitude and continue to speak positivity over my life. Day 127. That's for Annabelle. Ashley, yours is 73. So 73 says, I choose not to look at my past experiences as lessons. I choose to look at my past experiences as lessons, not mistakes or regrets. I am still here living, overcoming, and surviving with confidence and strength. That is for you, Ashley. Erica, 38. 38 says, my failures are still part of my success because I'm still giving it my all, regardless of the setbacks I may experience along the way. That is 38. Alexis is 25. 25 says, I release the negative thoughts and stories I create when fear or challenges occur by reminding myself that they are false evidence and not truly who I am.
Mm.
Alexa says, yes, 10 years of training under the school of Dillis. I received that.
I received something as you were talking to Glover, Glover Bullock.
91, yes.
Yeah, you said
Your
honor your
anger.
anger, and you know, Phyllis knows when I'm in this space, I get this feeling of, I say it flushes from the top of my head all the way down to the tip of my toes, and I honor the space to just say what comes. And I want to say to Glover that honor your anger, give it a place. If
Mm-hmm.
that, what Dillis read resonates with you, I hear give it purpose. Don't just be angry for the sake of being angry.
Mm.
Give it purpose. Allow that energy to motivate you to move to your next step. It's all energy. Our emotions are all energy in motion. And honoring your anger just says it has place. It can empower me. It can move me forward, and it will. And so I appreciate the opportunity to share that with you.
That's beautiful and definitely something that has been taking place
Oh, good stuff.
for
Good
sure. You're so welcome,
stuff. I'm
Annabelle.
not the business. I'm just here.
I mean, sometimes we're the vessel in other people's transformation. We're the
almost,
messengers giving them the message.
almost
She says,
definitely.
thank you.
Indeed, indeed. And I
Yeah.
don't need to know the business. I just know when I feel this feeling, I just like,
Okay.
just leave it alone, and yeah,
Exactly. So I'm going
that's
to pull an
right.
affirmation for myself and see what comes up. Let me see. My spirit said 238. I heard it loud and clear.
Mm.
So 238 for the goddess Dillis. And it says, my life is a true spiritual gift that I do not take for granted. That's mine. Anne Marie, hi, my love. Oh my God, I miss you, Anne Marie. How are you, my love? So that's what mine says. My life is a true spiritual gift that I do not take for granted. And that's who I am. So number 13 for the beautiful Anne Marie, who I haven't seen. Oh, you knew? Who? Me? I probably did. I don't know. So 13 says, Anne Marie, this is so you. I know my birth date. I don't know my death date. So it is my responsibility to live my life to the absolute fullest and take action to do everything that makes my heart and spirit smile. That's for you, Anne Marie. I know my birth date. I don't know my death date. So it is my responsibility to live my life to the absolute best, to the absolute fullest, and take action to do everything that makes my heart and spirit smile. That is so for you, Anne Marie. I hope that you're doing good. It's good to see you on here. We need to connect, of course, for sure. For sure. And look at Mr. Bear making his appearance.
They're getting is on the job. Hear
You're so
me?
welcome. Well,
Yes.
Glover Bullock, I know certain things and I feel certain things. So whenever people come into my spirit, I just send love and light. I completely send love and light, regardless of what it is they're going through. I don't know the business either, like Raye said. I just know when someone is put into my third eye, if you will, or my vision, if you will, is just to send love and light. Just send it out, wish them well, hopeful that everything will work out the way it's supposed to, and things like that. And that's what I do because it's a responsibility of being a servant, and there's a responsibility of, relaying the message in however way, shape, or form, just like Raye did. So that's what that is. So yeah. But any parting words or any exercise you want to offer or anything that you want to offer before we get off the Monday night sofa conversations? Raye was who got it. Oh, okay. Raye. Okay, cool. Got it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I just want to say that I appreciate the space from you, Dillis, to come here and to, just to share myself. I always have, from the moment that we met, I've always had this just wonderful, like a clear path to just be myself and to just share myself. So I'm so grateful for that and the friendship that we've built over these years.
Mm-hmm.
Ability to call, and we call each other and talk. So I really appreciate the space to share myself in this way.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate the people that are watching. I feel the love. I always say I love. One of the things that I meditated on was my intuition and my ability to be sensitive to what is going on. I can't see y'all. I can't see no chats. I can't see anything. Right? But I can
And she
definitely
can't.
so, right, I can feel the connection, and that I'm super grateful for, and just the opportunity to come here and to share myself, knowing that me sharing myself, um, that you guys are sharing yourself as well as you're listening to me. Your mind is going to different places, and energy. We don't ever see it, we don't hear it, we do is feel it. So I really and truly appreciate you guys tuning in and listen to listen to us talk. This is how we talk anyway. We get on the phone, we
We
talk just
do.
like this.
Exactly. We be chopping it up like, girl, and this motherfucker this, and this shit this, and this the. We just be chopping it up. So, yeah, that's just what we do.
But I would love it if you guys would like to connect with me. I would love the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to do so on Instagram. I'm the Inner Peace Coach.
Yep.
On Facebook, I'm Raye Carr, Raye M. Carr, the Inner Peace Coach. uh, my
Everything's the interviews coach.
platform, right? My platforms are pretty new, so because, like I said, I'm embracing the Inner Peace Coach because of the work that I've done over this past year in going to school and learning and really, diving into being a better coach and a better hypnotherapist.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm embracing that and doing what I can to embody that. And so I would love it if you guys will connect with me in that way, and allow me to continue to share what it is that I know, and just at least some of this uh, positive personality and energy. It got to go somewhere. It can't stay.
Child, tell me about it. Because I just feel sometimes if I'm not over here, just like giving a word, a message, or this or that, like my energy's just like, zzz.
Exactly. I
You're so
told I
welcome.
I said I'm coming back to social media because y'all not coming outside. I gotta come
I
inside
know.
and share some of
So,
the vibes. Yeah. So
Anne Marie, I just got the inclination that I needed to do a card pull for you. And so, your card pull, Anne Marie, if you allow me to, just say yes in the chat if you allow me to, is a message from Goddess Isis that I just feel in my heart that I needed to give you. So, if it's okay with you, do I have permission to give you a card pull? Just let me know. So I'm going to go ahead and just add all of the information about Raye, her Instagram and her Facebook and her website and all the things into the description of the live. Yes. Okay, cool. So you can connect with her. I highly recommend that you definitely do a past life regression session with her. That shit is so fucking powerful. It changed my whole entire life. It changed my perspective. The next day, I had downloads on top of downloads. I was typing it in my phone like crazy because I couldn't even keep up with it. I implore all of you to do a past life regression with her. It is the most amazing gift that you can give yourself.
yeah.
It was truly an amazing gift that I gave myself. So, Anne Marie, Goddess Isis empowers you to trust yourself and the process on this journey that you are on at this moment. She empowers you to not rush the process and take your time learning all of the valuable lessons. She empowers you to embrace everything new that you are uncovering about yourself. I just felt compelled to do this card for you because it was in my spirit. And Goddess Isis wanted to connect with you that way, to nurture you, to mother you, to love you. And this is the card that popped up. So I truly hope that you receive it and you pay attention to the valuable lessons that you're learning at this time, because you are going through another awakening where you feel like everything in life is not going your way. You're so welcome that things are not panning out properly, but they are. They are in the most amazing, powerful ways. So, whatever it is that you're experiencing right now, please do not give up. I know that there's days where we want to give up, but we can't. We have to keep going. And those days where it gets hard, lean into the fear, lean into the discomfort, lean into the not feeling good enough, lean into it and do it with so much unconditional love and compassion of the self, because your elevation, your evolution, and your ascension is right around the fucking corner. So, Anne Marie, please do not give up in whatever it is that's going on in your life. It is a struggle, and I understand the struggle because I've been there myself. I go through it sometimes as well. But your assignment right now for 2024, going into 2025, is to stay resilient and keep going and never give up. That is the assignment. That's the assignment. So I hope that you receive it. I offer it to you wholeheartedly with every fiber of my being and who I am as a person, and through Mama Isis. That's the message that you need, Amber Raye. And you didn't come on here per chance, just like that. There was a message that you needed to receive, and that is the message. That is the message. Ashe, amen. Church say amen. Even the people to the back heard it. So we good to go. All right, guys. So we're gonna get off here. Been on here for a while now. Like I said, please do your best to connect with Raye. She is an amazing spiritual being, changing lives all over the place, and she's someone that you definitely want to connect with. Like Alexa says, she's a warm hug, and her energy is so beautiful and peaceful and calm, is infectious, and I highly recommend her. And I don't recommend that many people because people are cray cray. You just don't know.
I appreciate it. And I
Ab-
definitely, if nothing else, I love to just tell people about their wonderful and amazing mind and their wonderful and
mhm,
beautiful spirit. So I
mhm.
would love to connect with you if you just have questions that you have. So, yeah, that's
Absolutely, for sure. All right, guys. So we're gonna get off this thing. I'm gonna hit y'all up later and have an amazing night.
good stuff.